God, I'm so shiny. Is this light? Oh dear. Right, we'll see if anyone comes in. They might be watching the thing on Netflix. I haven't got a clue. I will do a little rundown on what I've just seen so far, which is hilarious. Netflix. So we'll just see if anyone comes in. And I'll try and get my thoughts together because I can't remember what I was going to talk about anyway. But it is all back to, I know there's no one there at the minute, it is all back to the journey back to you, because the whole thing is, this game is to distract you away from you, which lies within and not without. But how you feel and what you think and your intentions on the inside will manifest on the outside. So there's a lot of chaos at the minute because there's a lot of purging going on, as I said before, and we're seeing it in the physical, in a manifestation form, many different ways. But you have to be aware so you're not in the wrong place, you know, sometimes. So though I'm talking to myself, I'll just hang on and see if anyone comes in or not. And if not, I'll just carry on talking anyway. I will check. Somebody's watching. And normally there's a few. But it is, what day is it? It is Saturday, so. But I'll wait a few more minutes because this is what normally happens, and I'll see if anyone comes in who was in before. Unless they've gone watching The Family, which I did just say I was watching. All to do on the twists that they're going to put on Trump. As I haven't watched it all yet, but I can just guess what they're trying to do. So I'll give it another couple of minutes and then I'll just do my thing because I want to go and watch the rest of this. Oh, you watch but never chat. That's okay. Some people don't. Some people sit in the background. But I haven't actually told them. No, I did tell people I was coming on. So we'll just see. Because otherwise I'm just going to do it and then go. And if anyone comes in, then they'll have to watch the beginning of it to know how I started to chat off with. But normally it starts off with a couple and then people come in, but yay. Because basically what I was just saying was there's a Netflix series that's just come on called The Family. And if anyone knows about the so-called bloodline families and elites and all that stuff, it's basically about that. It's a series and I've only watched, I think, the first one or two, and I can just guess what they're doing because I know who Netflix are a part of. And they're basically trying to, I'm not religious, but I believe in the Most High. I believe there's a creator, but they are trying to say, it looks like, that they're calling the secret societies the ones who are chosen by God, when we know damn well that is not the case. And they are showing Bush in it and Trump in this, that, and the other. But we all know, if people have actually done their research themselves, that Daddy Bush and a lot of them before were part of the Skull and Bones Society. Satanical as well, rituals and all that stuff that a lot of us know about. I'm not saying way back when. A lot of secret societies, I believe, got infiltrated anyway, if that's the right word. because we know that's what's happened with like every arena. But they're trying to say on this documentary style series thing that these are the people who were chosen by God. And I know for a fact at the end of this, they're going to try and put Trump into association with it, because Trump's mother read him the Bible. Read him the Bible, and that's different to going to church. His mother read him the Bible, and they do say Trump is not protected, he's insulated, he's prayed on every day, which I know they do show a picture in this series. What they are trying to say, I bet you any money, when I watch it all, they're trying to say that Trump is chosen by this society for Jesus, because Jesus chooses the leaders of the world, and they're trying to twist it to make Trump look like he's part of the secret society, but like if you want to put it in the dark and the light side, that is really on the dark side and not the light side. Well, hello, they've just done the hack documentary style sort of film thing on Netflix. We all know what Netflix is a part of, and it's just funny how they're going for Trump again. But I mean, that's nothing new under the sun. But yeah, it was talking about infiltrated by God. These world leaders, they're not infiltrated by God, if that's what you want to call it. You want to call it, I didn't watch all the hack because I knew what it was about. Infiltrated by God, it's infiltrated by Satan, more like, if you want to put it in that terms, because they're trying to twist it. The guy in it even said, well, what would happen, because we have all the Society of Jesus, what would happen if, they actually said this, if you raped 3 little girls? And the guy was saying, well, I'm not here to judge you, you know, so basically, what was it? It doesn't matter what you do. Well, funnily enough, that's what the New World Order wanted. That's what the New World Order wanted, you know, with Hillary Clinton, because they, for one, are the globalists. They say we don't mean nothing, we're not the center of the universe, so on and so on. So I know for a fact that's twisted, and that's what they're trying to bring in. But they're just twisting it up to make Trump look bad yet again. I can see it. It's one of these, the bag that I'm trying to make Roxanne, which I'm just doing at the minute. It's going to say, real eyes see real lies, because we do. I can see straight through this Netflix series, but I'm going to watch it because I quite enjoy 7 in the house. I quite enjoy being a little investigator, you know, my own little investigator. So I just want to say, if anyone's wondering what I'm watching, I've just found it because I thought, is there anything new on Netflix? And it's called The Family, and it's trying to go back to Reagan and the Clintons, but it's trying to say, I can tell what it's trying to say, that Trump's part of it, but different side of the coin. He's a businessman. He needed to come in because these people who infiltrate everywhere are businessmen. So, you know, not going to go on too much about that, because some people, yeah, it looks interesting and it is, but look between what they're trying to project about Jesus, because I'd more say Jesus' words. Like I said, I'm not religious, but they're trying to twist things to make it look like it's all because, what does Trump believe in? What do a lot of people, especially in America, believe in? Their faith, and they believe in God and Jesus. So they're trying to say that Trump's for a secret society that's pretending the leaders are under God when they're not. I can see what they're doing, but I'm going to watch it, because some people say I won't watch it because, you know, it's bad energy. People have got to realize this thing about energy as well, because a lot of things going on YouTube about energies. No, I haven't had a power cut, but Michael, they've been having power cuts all over the world because, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, yeah. But the thing is, some people can would go and watch it on Netflix and won't like it, and it will make them mad. I don't do that because I know how they're playing the game, so I just see through it, and I can actually enjoy watching it, as mad as it sounds, to just go, but I can see what you're doing. And this is what I said ages ago. These secret societies that didn't become good anymore, you got infiltrated or whatever the word is, this is where it's game over. We're in the middle of all the chaos at the minute, because once they're seen for their lies and you can see with real eyes, the real lies, game over. They can't play no games anymore. That's why there's a lot of things going on with the shootings. Again, it's distraction off Epstein, but then Epstein's supposed to be dead. Is he dead? I don't know. That's the news saying that. Committed suicide? Yeah, right. Was he taken out? Was he murdered? Whatever. I don't care as long as he's not back on the streets. He's not back doing what he was doing. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, that's another energy thing as well, because people on the Trump stuff and the Q stuff are like, oh, he's been killed. Oh, it gets you down in negativity again. We're never going to see these people come to justice. Oh, he's got all the information. It doesn't matter. He could have been taken out by the right side. Mainstream media aren't going to report that. The thing is, if you want to say about Q and that, they've already got the information on all the people worldwide that were part of it. So, you know, if you do your research, you'll know this. We've been told and told again to sit back with the popcorn. It's harvest time, remember? Harvest time. Does this mean people are sort of getting executed? I don't know. Some people will say out there it was Hillary's gang. It's the body count. It's this, it's that. I don't truly know, and I don't, what's the word? Possessed to know, is it not possessed? You know, whatever the word is. I just know that these people are going down either way, I believe, but that's just me. That's what I believe. And I'm not bothered what the news are going to say, because we all know they're liars anyway. So they can say what they want. Yeah, profess. I said possess. I'm possessed. I always get things muddled up, but that's just me. Is good God wins at the end of the day. We win at the end of the day. We're going to win this time. They can say what they want. I'm really not interested in what they're saying, because an energy thing of what I'm going to talk about in a minute, it all still interlinks with all this energy work, which I'm going to start talking more and more about, because I believe that's what I bring to you lot. I think I bring some good energy. That's what I believe. That's what we like about you. Thank you, another view, and that's what I believe I'm here to do. Might sound a bit weird, but I do think I'm here to pass on some energy and to have a different perception on things that isn't always bad and evil. Like, yeah, I talk about the bad and evil, if that's the words we have to use here on 3D duality Earth, but we are still human people. So, you know, we're still part of it. It's just about being aware. But I'm trying to show people it doesn't matter what's going on. We are the eye of the storm. All the shit's going on around us, and we're just like, yeah, I see what's going on. And it's hard for others, friends and family that you're seeing getting all riled up with stuff over in the UK, the Tommy Robinson, this, that, and the Aurora, the ones who are getting mad about stuff and doing other stuff. I'm not mad about it. You know, I'm not like, ugh. I'm just like, yeah, I can talk about bits of it, but we are the eye of the storm, because there is a shit storm going on right now, and it's been going on for a while. But we're watching, and that's why I say I like to keep an eye on there and an eye on there. Some people say you're spiritual. It doesn't mean you can't talk about or look. Some people don't want to do it because it brings them down in a negative vibration. It's never brought me down in a negative vibration, and this is why in a minute I'm going to go back to when I got onto Q, when I woke up properly. I've been awake to a lot of things since I was little, but not the whole truth. So, and I've talked about this before, it's all about your journey. This is what everybody's doing right now. Back to yourself, back to your center, back to love, back to you. They're trying to distract you from what you really know to be true inside you. You don't need to be told off anybody what you are, who you are. Nobody knows you like you know you. So, like, yeah, it's there, but we don't have to live by negative. Exactly, it's there because we've always had yin and yang. We've always had dark and light. You can't have the light without seeing what's in the dark. But as long as you can go down as many rabbit holes as you want. I've been there. As long as you come up and you let it go. History. Don't always have to talk about history, because history is not now. It's the now. People could talk about if Trump did this and Trump did that years ago. I don't believe he did, but if he did, it's not about then. The news is always going back to what somebody did back then, what somebody did back then, what Trump did back then, what such and such a body did back then when they tried to assassinate your character. We're not talking about then. We're talking about now. And this is why the people all over the world who are having fights on religions and race wars, the race arguments going on at the minute, it's like, shut up. Know that history has been lied about. Know that it wasn't just a certain race that's been enslaved. We've all been lied to and we've all been enslaved. So if you're going to just come together on that, the fact that it doesn't matter about history, and we look there. I love looking at certain stuff and trying to dig through the real, what was actually real compared to what we've been told. Because whoever was writing history at the time, his story was his story. It was just a story to suit them at the time, because they are taking things away in history to suit them, so we forget who we are, what really happened. They twist the story. 17 in the house. And that's what's been happening. But it doesn't really matter, though I like to look and dig through stuff, like we all do when we come onto the pursuit of truth. And your journey to you is, it's about now. It's about how you're using your energy. Someone said today, and it's a lovely channel, and I will shout it out if I can find it in a minute. And he said something about Q, and he said, but how does it make you feel? You don't need that anymore. Maybe they were onto Q at the beginning. And in a way, that's true. I don't delve into Q like really. There's some people who are on the Q train who sit on the every breath of Q and big channels, you know, like, I mean, the paper 24/7 and all that, and some of the things of nefarious have been going on there. And they sit on that without digging. Or I've dropped away from it a lot more than when I first came on it, but it's still there because it's still a part of my awakening. It brought me to know myself again. So to me, it was a tool. Hi. Oh, new sub here. So if anyone understands that, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, so just let me see, because I wrote some notes and I can never read them back properly and remember what I was meant to be waffling on about. But it is a journey that we're all on. We're on the same journey, but it's different because we are all different, but we are all one. But we wake up differently and understand things in a different way. And that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just the right for you. So I'm not looking in chat too much at the minute because obviously it takes me off. But I've noticed from the beginning of YouTube, my YouTube has been a recorded journey of me. And if anyone has been on my journey since the beginning, I haven't really changed in me being positive. I've just changed in the stuff that I talk about, of what I feel is maybe important at the time. Then you'll see it disappear and something else will come in. But basically, it has been a recorded awakening on YouTube. It's all documented, so I think it's quite good, really. Growth. I've not stayed still just doing one thing. But what did I write down? Yeah, to say, obviously, I came and found Q. I see Q now as a tool. It was a tool that woke me up 3 years ago, whatever it was, when I first got into it. Like I've said before, I cried, I got upset, I was angry, really angry about the evil stuff that you find out about, the bad stuff. But there was a lot of good stuff in it. But the bad stuff, I did have to detach from it slightly, because you can't think too much about what has happened to the children, this, that, and so forth and so forth. And it's not that I have to keep talking about it. It's for you to find that out and how you deal with it. If you get angry over stuff, that is fine. It's a purge. You will get upset. That's a purge. But what you must do is then leave it. And it's not that we're forgetting. We're just moving forward now, so these things can come to light and we can move forward for the future to bring a better world in for humanity. Yeah, it is very hard at the beginning, and this is what I'm saying. I nearly had a breakdown for 2 weeks. I could not stop crying. I could have really let myself slip, and this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. There are going to be new people waking up, there still is, all the time, and they feel like this. They feel they have no one to talk about. Wow, Dolly, that time, is it there? It's almost 1 in the afternoon. Yeah. To know that you're not alone, and you will go through a lot of emotions, but as long as you put your eye on the right now of what's going on and what we want for the future, you do sort of have to detach yourself, because staying in that energy of the hurt and the pain is not going to get you anywhere. So when people say to me, oh, you're looking at Q, it's bad. No, I'm not fully into Q, but I do keep an eye out everywhere because I think that's called being aware. You need to know what's going on in your environment. Yeah, Epstein is probably at Gitmo, but like I said, the news will say that he's suicided, because if you think about it, all these people are suicided and maybe in Gitmo, but the news are not going to tell you the truth. So that's why I say I don't really care where he is, if he's dead, if he was suicided, if he was murdered, if he's in Gitmo. As long as he's not out on the streets doing what he was doing, I couldn't care less. But this is the thing about being aware, just so you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time, because there is still stuff going on, and that's the whole thing about it. Q to me was a tool that woke me up, brought me to the dark side, not me to the dark side, but made me look. It makes you look at your shadow self. It makes you look at the nastiness in the world. But as long as you come out of it, you will find happiness. I'm not sad. I'm happy. The truth will set the truth will set you free if you want it to. You've got to raise yourself in a high vibration and realize we're doing this because we want better stuff coming in. And all I've seen lately is synchronicities, frequencies that are matching up, people coming into my life that are matching up really weirdly, that maybe I'll tell you about another time. Stuff coming in when you're thinking about it, a lot of high vibrations, a lot of energies. It's brilliant, and I'm not sad about it. I'm not sitting here in doom and gloom going, oh, you know, I talk about the dark side, but I'm not in doom and gloom about it, because I'm not in fear about it, because I believe a lot of people are waking up and there's a lot of good energy being pumped out there. And I believe because within you, it reflects on the outside. If you're seeing too much chaos and too much, just everything's bad, I can say there's bad things, but I'm saying, but I see the good. So if you're constantly, everything's bad, they're bad, that's their ego, this is this, and it seems to just be constantly negative, that is because you're reflecting outside of you what you are inside. And it will reflect in your environment. So if you think about it, if we're the eye of the storm at the minute with all this chaos, it's because I believe there is a lot of purging going on at the minute with ourselves, with me, with you, with everybody. Of when you see things in the news, even though we know they lie, it's the stuff that we don't want in the world. So you're not just looking at the stuff we don't want, we're rejecting it. We want to switch the telly off, we're not watching. You can't feed the beast if you're not watching it, yeah? But you keep a little eye open, because you're also looking at yourself. You're also looking at your shadow self. And it's not to be in the woe is me, it's just to look at it and let it go. We've all done things in the past. We've all said things in the past. I've said it before, it's lessons. So, you know, it's lessons, but we're just purging. So when everyone's saying all the feeling this and that and blah, 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 yeah, journey back to Q. It's back to Q, and it's back to you. Stand up, be counted, end the evil. It is about standing up and being counted. It's like I said, someone said a bit ago, you don't go in depth with it. I don't have to. It's your choice to go and find out. But I'm warning you now, you will find a lot of hurtful, heartbreaking things. But you have to see the dark to see the light. You have to see the dark to see the light. You know, I was watching someone today who just said something really brilliant, and I really loved the way he said it. He said something like, we are, hang on. We are I've just put on this piece of paper. Your answers are within. Talk to yourself. Your cells go within you. Only you know you. You are the universe. I had people trying to tell me that I didn't know who I was. Well, the only person who knows me is me. Or people are trying to tell you all your life what you should be, what you could be, and what you are not. This is parents, this is people, this is relationships, this is friends, this is anything. Always trying to tell you what you are. You know what you are. Take your power back. I feel that they shut down HM because they don't want us to know about Epstein's Epstein opinion. I don't know. I just trust the plan. That's what I know. I know, you know, me, myself, and I. Yeah, what did this guy say? Oh, it was Everyday Masters. Some of you will know who Everyday Masters is. He's really good. I can't remember what he said. He said something about we're all beings, but we're all frequency beings, living in a frequency world, which we are because we go off frequencies. And that's why when the news put all the news out and people don't like it and they get upset, it's because it's a frequency. You can't see it, but you can feel it. And I was watching one of his videos this morning about frequencies and that, and I got a ringing in my ears. And he was talking about one of the videos was talking about ringing in your ears, and he heals with his hands, and he can just heal people through the frequencies, because I love stuff like that. And he never used to be able to do it. It's just coming in, because I do believe, I know this sounds batshit crazy, and he did say batshit crazy on one of his videos, and I had to comment back and said, oh my God, I always say that, batshit crazy. And he's American and I'm English. And he was saying about his hands and the energies. And I was thinking about the twinkles and how I've been saying I get like tingles in my fingers. So I was just wondering. And then he was talking about ringing in the ears, which a lot of people have. And then I had a ringing in my right ear. So I was like, interesting. Frequencies. Angel, truth, graces from God. Hey, well, my name actually stands for Hebrew name stands for, and it's not Dolly, by the way, it's Janine, is gift from God. So just saying, which I thought was quite funny. But we almost come together knowing that we've all been lied to, realize everything's a lie. It's like the awakening brings to a sovereign being sort of thing. So, and he was talking about past lives and this, that, and the other, and stuff. It was just really good, because it's like we have past lives, and I believe in past lives, and it's like we come here to play the game, but in every life we have to wake up more and more, which I believe this life is. That's why I say it's the great awakening, and this is the greatest time to be alive, because this is the point now that we've been working towards from past lives. Is now we've woke up to knowing who we really are, which does mean switch the TV off. Stop listening to other people. Stop caring what people think. Just do your best and be a good person. Like Jesus said, be a good person. Do your best. Stop listening to other people telling you what you are and what you aren't. You know what you are. And if you have done bad in the past and you're realizing what it's all about, and it's about being good to others and all this, you can change right now, this minute. It's a frequency you choose to be on. You choose. If you've got friends that you're not vibing with, maybe it's time to cut the cords, because this is what's happening with relationships, friendships, family, and all this, that. It doesn't mean just because you have a family that family think the same way as you. We're all going through it, and everyone wakes up at different times, but you've got to know thyself. And it's going back to being who you truly are. And I'd say more of a being of love, you know, and to get rid of all your inner shadows. It doesn't matter, just get rid of them. That's not who you are now. That's not what we're heading towards. You can free yourself of that. Like I've said before, you cut the you cut the cords of your karma. Just let it go. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, the day before, 5 years ago, 30 years ago. It doesn't matter. You're a different person than you weren't then to now. It's all about growth and realizing. And if you're one of them people who can actually realize if you did do something bad, if you hurt someone or whatever, that you can realize and you can forgive yourself and those people as well, if vice versa, then that's brilliant. You choose to be on the frequency you choose to be on. It's a radio station. Like I've said and said before, if you're continuously going to be caught up in drama, watching crappy things on TV with bad frequencies, bad music, sexualized music, this, that, and the other, you're going to stay in a negative, lower frequency. and you're going to see everything as bad. It's like I said, I can watch this Netflix. I know what Netflix is, but I'm not in fear of it because I can see through it and laugh at it. So if I'm laughing at this series that's on now and knowing it's not brainwashing me because I can see right through it, to me, that transmutes that energy that's trying to send to me. And I'm just like, well, I'll just send it back in your face. I'm rejecting. I don't have to not watch it to reject it, but I'm rejecting their crap because I'm like, I see you. I see what you're doing. Like the bag that I'm making for Roxanne. I see. It's going to say, real eyes, see real lies. So, you know, so don't be afraid of watching things sometimes. People say, oh, you can't. It's like, just be on high frequency at all times. It affects. Wasn't in my inbox. It never is in the inbox. It's never on notifications. Everyone's having this on YouTube. You know, everyone's having it. Yeah, the truth out of the bag, it's my truth, but I'm just hoping that people resonate. And the reason why people resonate with me is because you're feeling the energy. And if it resonates, it's our truth at the minute anyway. But the whole thing of the Q thing, like a lot of people say, oh, Q's this, Q's that. And the guy on, what did I say it was called? The guy off, which is a lovely guy. But you do, like some people say, you could move away from Q. I'll never move away from it fully because it was a tool for me to wake up and it brought me to being happy. And some people think that's mad, like you found out all this stuff and you're happy, and it's like, yeah, the truth will set you free. I was less happier before I woke up to all this, even the horrible stuff, because I remember looking back, I used to feel so angry sometimes, and my life wasn't going bad. I just so angry sometimes about nothing. But looking back now, I think, oh my God, it must have been like a knowingness of there was something, obviously, and I couldn't, I didn't know what it was. There was something not, as we all know, and I knew something wasn't right, but I was angry because it's like, no one seems to be talking about it. Not that I could find at the time, because obviously if I was in anger and reflecting that on the outside, I was probably only seeing people on the same frequency. But now I've blossomed more and gone with a lot of stuff from when I was younger, because I used to love nature and stuff anyway, and was always a bit off with the fairies, and people thought I was weird, you know, like, oh, she's always got her head in the clouds, hence the name Dolly Daydream. That is a nickname anyway. It just makes total sense. But I do remember being angry for a while, thinking, what I don't understand this world we live in. Now I understand that we play our part and they play their part, even if you want to call it the dark side, the bad side. We have to have that side, because 3D is duality and this, that, and the other. And, you know, that's how it works. But the only thing is it's been out of balance. You know, we're bringing it back into balance. You're bringing yourself back into balance. We've been out of balance with a lot of stuff, and it's hard to try and, it's hard. Like people are like, I'm having a hard time. No one said it was easy. The right path isn't easy. If the right path was easy, everyone would be on it. But it wasn't made easy, because you have to find yourself, and it's a bit of a game of hide and seek with yourself. If it was easy, they'd want it to be easy, wouldn't they? That side, not that side. They don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's not meant to be easy. It's a bit of a hide and seek game to find thyself. You know. Yeah, born into the Luciferian program, which we all have. That series is definitely trying to say that. It's definitely trying to swing for Trump again, even though some people go, not really interested in all that. It's my interest in Trump is not the interest of what people think it is. It's nothing to do with politics. It's behind the veil. It's what's going on. Q is much more than people know. I believe it is. It's just a tool to wake people up. But there are going to be people that sit there and watch the Q boards, and they're going to watch certain bigger channels with a lot of subs, and they're just going to constantly watch and watch and watch. They're not going to research themselves. They're not going to research themselves. I came onto Q, but it made me look at me. So if Q's a cult or a bad thing, I don't know how it can be a bad thing when it makes me feel very, I mean, I still got the glitters. I was in the sun. They're still on my hands. They're not that you can, I don't think you can see in this light. They're still on my legs now, on my thighs. They didn't used to be there, but they are now. I know I always do this, and I know I'm not going to catch it, but you know, I had the ringing in the ears. People still like it's sweat, it's this, that, and the other. Like it's not. I look quite glowy when I come on anyway, so I can't be thinking it's a bad thing. But can you see it? It's there. Look, can you see? People go, it's sweat. I'm like, it's not sweat. Hang on. It's here, it's on my legs, it's everywhere. And if I touch anyone, they seem to get it as well. I personally think it's, you know, people can laugh. I'm not really bothered. This is the whole thing about knowing thyself. If you believe it's something and you're experiencing something, no one else out there can tell you no different. This is part of knowing thyself. Because when people are in fear, if they don't have an experience, that could be, we've all seen the orbs. Did everybody see the orbs that tap I got? That was real. That was caught on camera. People say, oh yeah, it's dust. It's no, it was orbs. But people don't, some people get jealous because they want something to happen to them, or because they haven't experienced it, they'll poo-hoo it as, oh, it's this, because they're in fear. I've said I'm not in fear. I can believe everything and nothing. Aliens landed tomorrow, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'm not, I know and I don't know. I know nothing. Saying I'm whatever. But I believe myself that it is a frequency because I've been high in, you know, frequency, and I believe it's a healing thing. So I think of the song "Can You Feel It" with Michael Jackson, and I put his other song up today when he's sprinkling glitter everywhere in the Jackson 5. I see it as a healing thing. So if I touch something, this is coming off, by the way, when I'm doing my bags, I've got glitter on my bags. So it does come off. And if you want to check it out, you don't know what I'm talking about, please go and check out T. Taylor's channel. Go through it. Go through her channel. Brilliant. What she's explaining, she believes it to be. That if I touch something, a door handle, when I'm out and someone else touches it, are they picking up with that frequency? I believe there's a lot of, what do you want to call it, light workers, this, that, and the other, who are doing healing or sending a frequency out in many different ways. That's why I said I'm not for people who say you can only do it this way and you can only do it through, like a lot of people do light language and different ways, but we're all different in a sense and pick up frequencies different. So I believe in myself it's different, and there's many different people healing or sending frequencies out no matter how they do it. You could be doing it yourself in the street just by saying hi to someone. There's just many different ways, and that's what I believe. So, and no one can take that away from me because that's my belief. You can't make me think any different. It's the way I think. An empath cannot, should not sleep on someone else's pillow. There's all that energy, isn't there? Like if you're feeling bad vibes in your house, there might be something that you brought from somewhere or someone gives to you that hasn't got a good vibe on it from an energy that someone had before. So you have to be careful. In Godlike, there is no zero fear, the story of the man from the So, yeah, your eyes are wide open to see the truth. Yes, saw the video of the song. Yeah, the song that I put up is I was cooking in the kitchen and the Michael Jackson song popped into my head. And to me, when I get songs, it's like a message. So I had to go through it. So I'm not going to sing, but then again, I might do, but it will well be out of tune. So what was the song? Because I can't play it, so I won't remember the tune. What was the song? Oh, I'll Be There. I'll be there. Because I was a big Michael Jackson fan, so I'll be there to comfort you. But I loved it where it said, do Christians know that King James was Anglo-Saxon Catholic, not Christian? Too many Christians. He was well, this is why I say there's lots of truth and lies twisted up in the Bible. That's why I said I'm not religious, but I believe in a creator, more like Christ consciousness. But, you know, So what was it? Where there is love, I'll be there. Can't remember the tune. But it's nice to go and look at the lyrics because you think, oh yeah, I never really. I'll reach out my hand to you. I'll have faith in all you do. And it's really slow. Just call my name, I'll be there. But anyway, the bit that I always liked in this song was, oh yeah, I like this bit, I'm not going to sing it though. Build my world of dreams around you, I'm so glad that I found you. Found you. Be you. I'll be your strength. I'll keep holding on. It's a bit like faith in a way, isn't it? Just popped into my head today. Let me fill your heart with joy and laughter. Let me fill your joy and laughter. I can't remember it. Togetherness, well, that's all I'm after. See? Togetherness, that's all I'm after. We're meant to be together. We're meant to unite. And then that bit was the best bit I remember of this song when I was younger was that with an unselfish love I respect you was the Whitney Houston. Yeah, Whitney Houston. What was that bit? It's going to pop up in a minute. I was like, yes. Go, Michael. Just waiting for it to come on. You know when you start looking back at the lyrics? Oh my God, I don't. I'm just waiting for this bit that I remember. Do you remember this bit? You ever find someone new? I've not heard it for a long time. What was it? If you should ever find someone new, I know he better be good to you. 'Cause if he doesn't, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. And that went out of tune. I'll be there. Just call my name. We're supposed to be there for each other, aren't we? That's what I got out of that song. It popped into my head and I thought we're meant to be there together. It's about togetherness. It's not about separation. We all work well together, helping each other with a helping hand. So, you know, Stevie Wonder, superstitious. Yeah. Very superstitious. There's loads of songs, but Go 17, going back to them and putting the lyrics up, it has new meaning now. All them old songs have totally new meaning. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody around the world loving each other in harmony. Is that not what we're bringing in? Can you feel it? And then the whole thing at the end of that video was the Native American Indian guy comes in, the blue kachina, who's like boom, 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 glitter being spread everywhere. I've even seen it on stones outside in the garden in the sun, and I'm like, what? Everything's glittering. It's like a new world. It's a frequency, people, and you've got to get on it. Just saying. Laugh out loud, got me singing too. See, that's what it's about, Effie. Play more good music, but play the good music from way back, not the newish music that they're pumping out today that's all sexualized because it's got a bad frequency to it. You know, that was my favorite song. That is the best one. Michael Jackson knew. He was a proper soul. That's probably why they killed him if he is dead, because you know them other stories. But that is my favorite song. We're looking at ourselves in a mirror and it's being projected out, and that's why there's so much chaos going on right now, because we're trying to get rid of what we don't want. That's why it will pass. The storm passes. We're in the eye of the storm right now. I'm searching for the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. You can change your ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. Woo! Sorry, I just love Michael Jackson. That was my favourite song. But it's you can make a change. Once you get on a different frequency, the world will change around you. The environment, yes, there's still shit going on. We're in the eye of the storm because it's all being purged. So you are going to see this stuff, but you don't have to get too involved in it. So Q is not a bad thing because Q brought me to this. So just saying. Oh, yeah, Michael Jackson. He knew about, you know, the world song. What was his other songs? Do you remember the song? Because he knew about them. They don't really care about us. No, those elites don't care about us. They never did do for the people. It was not one set of races, a race. It was all of us. We've all been enslaved. They don't really care about us. They just cared about themselves. They're not self. They're not for the self. They are not for others. You know, they're not helping a hand. They're not. They don't want to be togetherness in that way. Together in their club, but not for humanity. Do I think the human? Well, we know all these stories go about, but it's that thing again is who really knows? I think there's things going on that I believe personally. I believe in different dimensions. If that's a frequency, an energy, we saw the orbs going past the other day. There's negative entities that feed off energies, so they feed off fear. So if we all stopped fearing, they would disappear. That's why there's too much fear in the world. But I also believe. I just believe there's loads of things going on, but I like to think like that because it's open your mind. So if anything does come in, I think there's something is going to happen. That's going to be amazing. But the reason why people are trying to be woken up, and if you can't open your mind, you're going to have a hard time if something does, because you're just not going to, you know, if you're someone who's open-minded and just thinks, do you know what, I've just come to the conclusion in a way that I don't know nothing. So if anything happens, that is not what we've been taught. For example, just saying, for an example, something came out the sky and something, I know they go on about Project Bluebeam, but I'm just saying something that we just thought, oh my God, like, is this real? Because we've not been taught it, but we know what school is. We know what the mainstream media is. They lie. You know, and it's the mainstream media that are projecting all this fear. So once they start to break down, which they are doing because people are starting to see the lies, you know, it's happening, but people just, it's not happening fast enough. Well, it needs to happen at the rate it's happening because people are coming to the truth day by day, and it's slowly. It can't be chucked at you just like that, because like me on my journey, I've had to go through a lot of rabbit holes and come up the other side. You know, you don't want to get stuck there. Yes, you can look, but just make sure that you realize that sometimes the shit had to happen in the world for us to wake up to realize what we don't want. You know, we've had to see this horrible stuff, and believe me, it's horrible. We've had to know the knowing, but we've had to see that to know what we want to bring back in, and to get the kids involved and the next generations to bring in a balance, you know, than what there was before, because this needed to be seen to stop it. If you didn't know about it, it'd just be carrying on, because it has bubbled up to the surface. It's been bubbling for years. Like I said, there's people who've been awake to this for ages. But I do believe Q, me, myself, and I believe this, that Q was a mechanism, not to what they're saying it was. It was another mechanism as a tool to help people wake up, because there's still a lot of sleep. So they want people to wake up, and people can look at that the way they want to look at it, but that's the way I look at it. I am not in fear. I am not fearing off what I've been brought to the truth of Q, because I've researched myself. I'm doing work on myself, so I know that, like I said, I'm not just sat there constantly watching Q videos and waiting for the next one and waiting for it. I don't look all the time now. It's just if I see it. With the Epstein thing today, obviously I got told off Roxanne, and then people were texting, oh, do you know? And I'm like, yeah, but I trust the plan at the same time. The mainstream medias aren't going to tell us everything, and I'm all right with that. Like, The same when some of the trials start, we might not see everything. I don't care. As long as I can see in my environment that things are changing, I'm feeling good in my energy, then I know myself that things are changing because I can feel the vibration and the frequency, that things are changing all around, because you can feel it. You don't have to know, you should be able to feel it. So that's where you're supposed to like be with yourself sometimes and just be and feel those frequencies. You know, if you're meditating or you've just gone out in nature, or like when I'm quiet with myself is when I'm doing my art. I don't really think about stuff because your thoughts are quite restricting, because you don't know where your thoughts are coming from sometimes. You know, it could be coming from the TV, could be coming from other people. That's why it's all about knowing yourself to you know, not what everyone's telling you, because the story's like Chinese whispers. By the time it gets to the end of 1,000 people, the story's been changed, people elaborate it, and it's a total different story than it started off at the beginning, which is probably like the Bible. Because somewhere along the lines, it's like, you seen what's going on here, what they're trying to, I think we'll get in the middle of the line down there and we'll try and twist the story. So it sends them right off the path that they're supposed to be, knowing thyself. I don't even know if any of that makes sense. I don't even know what I'm waffling on about now, but that's how I see it. But like I said, I do believe I'm going to have to be having more energy chats and stuff, because I believe I'm bringing a frequency to people in chat. That's not a big-headed thing. That's just saying, I know this because I can see on the outside world when people are texting me, emailing me and stuff, that, you know, you're saying you've had a hard day, and sometimes you come on and you like the chat, it's lifted you up, because I'm trying to let people know you choose to be in the frequency you choose to be in. Also, decluttering your home is quite a good idea as well. I've been trying to declutter stuff in my wardrobes and this, that, and the other, because too much stuff just it shows your mindset in a way. Sometimes you don't need a lot of stuff behind you. It's, you know, they do in, is it China or whatever, they do the whole feng shui thing, because if you have too much stuff, it can block the energies in your house of moving around, because energy's meant to flow. Your energy's meant to flow. It can't flow properly, just like your body. If you're feeding it with crap, it can't feed it. That's why a lot of people, when I used to watch some programs who have the hoarders, they're quite depressed about it, because they're going back somewhere where it's not, the energy's not flowing properly. You know, so it's gonna make you, you know, feel crappy, because the energy is not flowing around your little, you know, home from home. Oh, it's just gone off. Hang on. A humble example of leadership that the world has never seen. A breathtaking enmeshment of church and state. That's going on about the family again, of the Netflix series that, oh, it's gone off again. Stop it! Because it also said on there that the chosen ones are the leaders. So they're trying to say the chosen from God. So they're trying to say certain people's faith. It's just bull crap on there, but I can see through it. So I'm going to enjoy watching it and laughing at it, because basically the whole series, I bet you any money, it's about getting at Trump, because they're trying to say he's chosen by God, because that's what people are saying. It's a divine intervention, and they're going to try and twist it and say he was part of a brotherhood, because that's what they're saying on there. But they're not talking about the bushes, are they? And the whole, you know, skull and bones. That's what they're trying to twist Trump in with. You can see it a mile off. You're just saying again, it's called The Family and it's on Netflix, and I'm just laughing at it. Definitely real life. Hey, who turned the chair off? Oh, it just spins on its own. It's on. Dolly, how's it going with the new? Oh, I was like, what does that mean, boy? Do you mean? What does BO mean? Am I just being daft? Yeah, they're exposing all. Guys after dolls in, gonna post email from Trump time, like team live when the Queen is done. Oh, the Queen. What? Oh, it's Rebel. Oh, did you see Daddy Dragon this one? Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if he was talking about Epstein. Also, boyfriend. Well, yeah, I've sort of met someone and I was like, he's really nice. That's all I'm going to say because I don't talk about that sort of stuff on here. But it was really weird because he knows somebody I want to talk to on YouTube called Red Pill Phil, and that's all I'm saying. And I was like, oh my God, this is this a sign? I really wanted to speak to this person for ages, but I did get a message back from someone from over there and said he would like to meet you because he doesn't live far from me. So that'd be interesting. It'd be brilliant if oh, here's Fire Engine. I keep calling you Fire Angel, but that's because I think Yvonne was a Fire Engine fan or something. So sorry, I've just called Fire Angel Fire Engine. Full-time Van Dweller. Yeah, oh my God, Fire Engine. Red Pill Phil, yeah, Red Pill Phil's lovely, and it'd be great if he could come to the meetup. Still don't know who's coming properly, but it should be fun. Yeah, Fire Angel, because Fire Angel knows a lot about all this stuff as well, but chooses not to talk about the thing. But like I was saying before, the whole, I don't know if you were listening at the beginning, the whole thing, the queue, and me finding out and talking about little bits of it, because I think it's good to be aware. But I do realise that it's a frequency I'm holding that I want to pump out to people. So I will be doing a lot more chats on frequency and just boosting you all up and showing more of my drawings and stuff, because I do believe my artwork and my drawings hold a frequency because they're made by me and my frequency, because your energy does lie on things. So people have told me, Dave Moore has told me he's had energy coming through a bag that I made. Someone else told me that they got really good energy off a bag that they brought off me, you know, with all the little bits that I do. Yeah, so we'll see about that, hopefully. And if people are new, I'll just show you a few bits because some people are new. So just for anybody who's new and doesn't know, and if anyone's interested in making a donation of, you know, it could be a cup of coffee, I will be putting, after this downloads, I will be putting my email address for PayPal, or if anyone wants to get in contact about buying anything anyway. This one's still not finished, but this is a painting that, you know, my stuff is not real life. It just comes out of my head, out the ether. So this is still not finished, but I will keep showing you. We all know about the JFK Jr. picture. This is a book that I made. It's my own though, because I like journaling. So this was a design. This was a design out of my art books that I painted this beautiful angel girl, but I made it into a book. So it is I turned it into a little art book where these things are all handmade by me. My drawings, my thoughts, my little doodles I like to do when I'm just being me. You know, I just draw. You know, all handmade. Papers are tea stained and everything. So yeah, I'm only showing you some bits. I've made, still got some of these left, key rings, and these are handmade. These little sort of, I call them Gaia faces. It's a key ring, all handmade. This is a brooch. I'm going to be making some more of these because I really enjoyed them. This is a brooch, all handmade with clay. I used to doing those crochet slipper things. Oh yeah, the crochet grounding slipper things that I did. I could do, but because we'll be going out of summer, I don't know. I'm sort of concentrating on my cards and stuff at the minute. There's another one. It's not one eye for the Lumini, it's just a flower over the face. What else? I will, let me see if I can put my email in here. Hang on. If anyone wants my email for anything, for donations or art, then I'm going to stick it in now. Though I'm really crap at looking at it sometimes, but I've got to remember what it is. What is it? It's coming in now for you all. Also, other stuff that I do, I know Rachel's had one of these, are the little notebooks. These are laminated, and there's 4 little notebooks inside. They're just plain paper, but there's 4 little notebooks inside, so you can use one for shopping, one for thoughts, one for whatever. Little handmade paper clips. So there's that. There's a journal with a moon on it. This was all hand stitched, this moon, and it says, do what makes you smile. Like I said, everything's handmade. This is just tea stained papers, and it's just for you to write in, draw in, whatever you want to do. Bits of different papers in. And this one, which was made from a children's book, and all handmade, for you to stick things in, write in, keep your thoughts, do your work on yourself, your inner self, whatever you want to use them for. Journaling, I think, is brilliant because you can put everything there and look back in it all, you know. And I know Fire Angel, I think you keep a journal as well. I think a lot of us do, you know, when we're trying to figure life out. Cards wise, for the people who haven't seen my cards, and obviously they are a bit dearer than normal cards because they're all actually handmade and they're all out of my fonts. I'll just show you a few. They're all like 3D as well. That's one of my drawings. You know, these are material flowers. What else have I got? You know, but this is what I want to do. I want to sell my handmade gifts. So I want to get an online shop sort of going for handmade gifts with a frequency and an energy put on them, I think, because it's healing of whatever I fancy making, because that's what I like to do. So yeah, Dolly, the Dolly store, exactly. I mean, I am on Instagram under Dolly Daydream, so you can contact me there. I am on Facebook with a Dolly Daydream page. Some people might not be able to find it, but you can contact me through the email that's gone up. Instagram if you want, and you can just ask me about anything I've got to sell if any of you fancy anything. Obviously, if you're in a different country, I guess I've just got to see how much it'll cost to send, like Miss Q, who has asked for 3 bags of whatever designs, because I don't normally do the same designs, I just do whatever. So, you know, the bags like this one, that's a new one, still doing it. They take me a couple of days to make because they're all hand painted, hand stitched. So there's this one, and they're like little shopping bags. They're canvas bags, so they're good for shopping. I've got one of my own, but this says on it, I'm trying to do bags that have a message on, so people are seeing it, and that message frequency goes out. On her top it says love is the key. So, and there's all little hand stitched hearts on material, so they look better in real life, to tell the truth, than they do on camera. Miss Q, because she's from Australia and she's into Q as well. I've done So you can ask for, you know, me to do something. This cute little koala, it's got bling on it. Where we go, one we go all. And the cues here. We've got this sort of, I haven't finished the mandala off on the back yet, but this is a sort of festival girl, if you can see. Festival girl with a mandala on the back. And these are nice thick as well. We've got my QAnon shopping bag. QAnon shopping bag. QAnon. We've got, I have 2 of these. I've still got one left, so, because one's just been put away. A mermaid. We've got this lovely lady that's still being done. So you'll see her when she is finished. And the Tweety birdie bag, but this might be going to Miss Q with another one because she wanted 3 bags. I think she's getting them in for Christmas. I'm not sure. The little lovebirds. So, but if you're after a bag, you can ask. I can design you a bag, but it has to be my design. I'm not into people controlling me. You can ask for something, but I'd have to do it in my way. So just showing the people who haven't seen some of my stuff. That's some of my stuff. You know, some people you get on your channel going, oh, you're advertising yourself. Well, yeah, what am I supposed to do? I'm proud of my stuff. I should be proud of what I make, because if I wasn't, it wouldn't be a good energy. I love what I do when I'm making stuff. I'm in my element. I'm in my most joy, my most high when I'm crafting. I've always been like that. I've always loved crafting. So to the naysayers out there, you know, these are just people in negative energy. They don't want you advertising yourself. Why would I not advertise myself? I'm proud of what I make and I love doing it. And if it holds love when I'm making that, whatever I'm making, that is a frequency. And whoever buys it is going to get an energy, you know, that I've left on it. That's how I see it. So if my little contribution to the world is a frequency through what I make, then so be it. That's how I do it. Some people do it through music. Some people do it through just the way they talk and stuff. So yeah, love one of those bags for my granddaughter. She's a curly head like you. Oh, does she? I could design one with curly hair. I've just done 2 bags for Roxanne the Globalist and I's daughter and a friend that look like them 2, best mates. So yeah, you can, if you skip back to my email address, people can email me if they want me to make them something. But do know, if there is a lot of people and you're asking, especially for a bag, cards are quite quick, but the bags can take a couple of days because they're hand painted. I have to wait for them to dry. They're all hand stitched. They're not stitched by a sewing machine, but I love it, which is more of me. It's not the machine, more of me on the my frequency on the. And I know Rachel Pixie 67, thank you, just put my email address up. And Rachel Pixie has had a few things off me as well. And Rachel Pixie, I'm still thinking about your earrings. I just don't know what I'm doing yet. But I remembered I've got some butterfly stones somewhere, which I need to make myself some earrings, so I might use them. Because I do make jewelry as well sometimes, which I might do a little bit more before Christmas. So yeah, music and art, that's what they tried to take us away from. Creative people, they don't like. They've always tried to like make people feel as well in the creative areas that they don't earn enough money unless obviously you're high up in Hollywood. But we know what Hollywood is, because we are the true creators in that they steal people's ideas, and that's how it goes. And just, I mean, music as in bag take time. I can tell, yeah, they do take time. That's why I watch a lot of stuff and listen while I'm doing it. I just mean any art, painting, singing, music, anything that flows through you. The divine flows through you that way, and that's what I believe. Any rings? I have done rings. I'm concentrating on bags, books, and cards at the minute, and then I get a bit bored, and then I go to do other things. So you just have to keep your eye out. I'm trying to get stock together, and it's quite knackering, obviously, because I come on here. I've got to try and make this. I've got a thing to look after. It's the school holidays. So, but I do want to get, at some point, a little website up or something so people can shop on there, you know, and, you know, so if anyone's interested, email me. Thank you, Revel. So, yeah, divine, beautiful. Well, it is, and I'm so, you know, it's like some people will come to the truth and they'll just stay in doom and gloom. I've come to the truth and I'm buzzing. I'm like, it's so beautiful. And the most beautiful thing is, Miss Chime, the emails in live chat. If you look through live chat, it's Rachel and Revel have just put it in. It says Janine. Hi, lifting the lid. Hi. You're like, who's that Red Jedi? I did an interview with Matt Devlin last week. Oh, the 432 pitch, yeah. It sets off. It sets us off on track. Yeah, the 432 hertz, I believe, is the hertz we should be listening to, not the others that the Hollywood and all that set off with the other music. That's very sexualized and everything, because that affects you. And this is why I say we are beings of frequency, and frequency affects us. 440, yeah. And this is what people say, just because you can't see it. That's why I'll say people who are in flat earth, they're going, oh, airy fairy stuff. No, it's not airy fairy. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's there. We are beings of frequency. Frequency affects us all. You're right. That's why you'll get negative energy or high energy, because what you're watching and what you're listening to will set you off either into negativity or positivity. And that's why I've said from the beginning, be careful who you follow, who you watch, your friends around you, what vibration you're listening to when people are talking. It can, and that's why it's hard, because it can be friends and family. And you're like, and my mum didn't come round today, by the way, where you just sit there thinking, I can't listen to this, because it starts making you feel, it's not, you're not resonating with it. That's why I say, you people in chat, whether you believe in what I'm talking about or not, the reason why you're watching, if you like me and you don't know why, is because you're resonating with a frequency I'm putting out. Yeah, through the screen, but you can feel it. Do I look like I'm in a negative energy? You know, it doesn't mean I don't have bad days. I just choose to lift myself up and above it. You know, even with the shit that's going on, the storm in the 3D world outside of us, be still in the inside. We are the eye of the storm right now. There is a storm going on around us. You can see it all over the world. Yellow vest, this, that, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. That's why even Red Pill Phil, when he was saying something, for people who know him, who's going about his friend John, who's being a bit funny with him because he's not talking about Tommy Robinson. It's not just about Tommy Robinson. Yes, it's important, but the people who are always going kicking off and getting angry and angry, it's a frequency. It doesn't mean it's not coming to the light of day, then things, and it's not going to work. But there's certain people who are chucking a certain energy out there, and that's not going to do anything. So just because somebody isn't talking about it, like someone said to me, but you don't talk a lot about the depth. I don't have to. Yes, Revolution Revisited. Do you make friendship? I have made. I'll show you. I have made them, and I will be making them again. I've got some old ones. These are women's, obviously, but this one hasn't got a flower on. These are handmade, all handmade. They double up, this blue one, but it's supposed to have a flower on. I just haven't done it yet. So there was different colours like this, and they come with, normally they would come with like this yellow one, all handmade. Even the copper finding, I've hammered that myself and made the tassel, and I've actually made these flowers out of clay. So yes, I do make jewellery. You name it, I do it. But I sort of go on and off things. I'll do jewellery for a bit, I'll get a bit bored, I'll do something else, but I'm always crafting. So I've got these ones with Buddhas on. These are all gemstones. Yeah. I have different types, yeah. So, yeah. I've done all that. Yeah. I will start showing you some more of my work, I think, because I could use YouTube as well, as because I want to pump that positivity out. I will probably do, you know, show your stuff so you can see. So it's a bit like an on-live shop where you can actually see what I've made. And then if anyone wants to buy, you can just email me and say, I saw that one number, whatever you named it, and I'd like to buy it, you know. But you'll get the trolls and the haters saying, oh, look at you advertising yourself. It's like, yeah, it's my channel and they're my things, so why wouldn't I? No one's advertising it for me, just me. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, so I'm going to go anyway. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, you can still look at the things outside in the storm as long as you know who you are and what you want to see, you know, and you don't get too involved, which I don't, but I still do talk about that stuff and still will be talking about that stuff. So all I want to say to everybody here is keep going. All you can do is do your best. That's why Melania says be best and everyone takes the mick. It is about we're all doing our best. It doesn't mean people who look like the high vibing don't have bad days, you know, if shit happens, because it does. It just means you are the creator of your reality and you choose to be on the frequency you choose to be in. You can change it right now. You don't have to sit in doom and gloom. People are waking up to the seeing that, you know, we're all going through this, been through it, or coming out the other end. We will come out the storm will pass, but in the middle, we're in the middle right now. We are the eye of the storm, looking at what's going on, you know, like you. We're like, oh, what they just said about Epstein. Oh, what's going on over there? And everyone else is fighting and going on and having a race war and having a this and that, you know. And it's like, do you not understand what's going on? They're trying to divide you, you know. You're all going on about what race was enslaved way back in history, which has got nothing to do with today, apart from we've all been enslaved anyway. So realize that and wake up. But I will say again, watch the films that put you in high frequency. See through the films. I'm seeing right through this. I can't wait to watch it because I'm laughing at it. Hang around with people that are high vibrating, positive people. You hang around with negative people. It doesn't matter if they're friends, you've known them for years. You don't have to be around them that much. You're going to be collecting that vibration off them. Yeah. So know that we are purging the stuff out of us and we're letting it go. Just let it go. Be anew. You can be anew every day. So yeah. Yeah, Rachel's just saying, Luby Lou, if you sign into PayPal, use this email for Dolly. Yeah, you just sign into PayPal and you can use email. If anyone wants to email about buying anything or you want to make a contribution, that's the way you can do it. And thank you very much if you do, because it's very nice. So I'm tired. I want to get back to this because I think it's funny, because I'm gonna transmute that energy that they're trying to send out. See, if I wasn't awake, I'd be like, oh yeah, this is gonna get me mad. It's not. I'm laughing at it, thinking, let's see how you're playing this one. So it's funny. So yeah, no card, Dolly. No card. What do you mean? Oh, you want a card? Okay, I'll do one. Let me go and find a deck. Let me go and find a deck. We'll do dark to light. You know, people go on about these because they're scared of them. Decks, all it is a tool. Q is a tool to wake me up. It's just, we already know. Let me see. Yeah, it's a fairy cards. Oh, I haven't got these out the right way around. Let me make sure they're all put the right way, as in some are not in the right. Is that the right way? Yeah. Yeah, the dark, what is it? It's shadows and light. Well, we're all made of shadows and light, aren't we? We're just trying to have a bit more light, you know, because it's not been in balance. Ooh, nearly. Ooh. Are you ready? Are you ready? Number 15, 1 and 5 is 6, and it's called the Mildew Fairy, and it means it's clean up time. No shit, Sherlock. Is it not harvest time? Clean up time, Epstein. Clean up time, and it's green. Clean up time. What more can I say? So I'll have a look in this one because I don't really know these ones. 1 and 15. Clean up time. Clean up time. What a card. Well, we know mostly when the cards jump out, they're just saying what we already know, because our higher selves already know what's going on. So it's just a validation from the cards, really. And people get freaked out by it. And it's like, if you know the self and you know your higher self, then a higher self already knows anyway. So it says, some things just look like they're yuck, like I was saying, like so negative sometimes. But they're not. They're very good things, and they can be powerful, helpful when used in the right way. So if the mildew fairy turns up in your reading, it's time to check out what could be profoundly useful for you, which you've dismissed. And this could be an aspect of yourself or an aspect of the environment. We were talking about thyself and the environment before, about reflecting and all that, and mirroring. Environment you're in. It's very important not to try to hide this from yourself. You can't try to hide. Remember when I said the other day about stop resisting? You can't hide from yourself. You know what you truly feel inside. The health of the situation rests upon the degree of openness you approach with it, which is what I said earlier on about you've got to be open to new things. We've been taught lies. So don't poo-hoo everything of someone saying, oh, have you seen this glittery stuff? Have you seen, oh, yeah, it's all like, just because you haven't experienced it yet. We've been lied to, and that's a fact. So, and it's exciting to learn different things anyway. It always shocks me when people think something shouldn't be there, like me. I grow naturally where it is warm and wet. This is the mildew fairy. And I love to show you what you may need to take care of. I can do wonderful things. I can be medicine, and I can be a parasite too. But all the time, I'm showing you what is going on, because they're parasites on that side, this whole storm thing with, you want to call it the bad side, but it's showing you what you don't want. You need to see it with your own eyes and be aware what you need to change. Exactly. And whether the conditions are a little bit too steamy for you. If there are, you can freshen up your environment naturally. Don't clean or use harsh chemicals or bleaches, which I've said before, because I use them, but I don't use them a lot. I need to make up a natural source, because the chemicals, and if you actually Google the chemicals, it gives you leukemia, cancer, and all sorts of different things, all things on the back of it. And you're spraying them all around your house. It's like chemical warfare in your house. As you'll kill all that is good and helpful, because there are bacteria we need, and that's what they stop kids from doing. Say, oh, you've got to be clean all the time. Well, we're used to playing dirt and stuff. You need to build your own immune system up. Everything's so clean, as the clean is clean. Yeah, vinegar and baking soda. Yeah, I've got that. So I need to get a spray bottle and put something in to make it smell. I turn up when something is unhealthy and you just aren't noticing or getting it. So be thankful for my presence and build a little algae or fungi pond in my honour. Or treat yourself to some tasty mushrooms. They are all the healthy. Someone's talking about mushrooms today, being healthy. And do not step thoughtlessly into the fairy ring. It's all about me being in the right place. Don't ignore me right now. Something really does need to be cleaned healthily before it begins to affect you. And the divine messages: think of ways to decrease stagnant moisture, stuck emotions. We were just talking about this. Don't be stuck in the past. Let it go. It doesn't matter. That was then. You don't need to keep regurgitating back up. It doesn't matter. It's all about the now. And increase airflow. We talked about flow, and we talked about airflow. We talked about energy flow around your house. Don't, get rid of stuff. Don't have stuff piled up everywhere and this, that, and the other, because it can't move around and it's stale. A little over emotional, and that fresh new air and thoughts need to be brought in to clear the situation up. She can mean a fresh way of thinking, which I was sort of saying before, or a fresh point of view, or a release of emotions that could be pooling in one area. It's the purge. Her appearance never means covering up. It means working with the environment you find yourself within. Like the mildew fairy said, a little of her can be medicine, and a great deal of her can be maddening. It's been a bit mad. Where she turns up will tell you lots about what needs a fresh approach in your life. And if she is inside lurking in cupboards or in the bathroom instead of decorating pebbles by a pond, you know that the presence of an unhealthful energy needs to be addressed. That's what we're all doing right now. Not rationalized and excused, and never ignored. Don't ignore it. Look at it, digest it, and let it go and don't think about it again. It's gone. So very convenient card, but as we know, higher self tells you anyway, that's just validating again what I've just spoke about, like it always does. You mentioned shiitake and mushrooms. A lot of mushrooms, you know, I like mushrooms on toast, and you know, other people do things with mushrooms, but yeah, they are a health benefit anyway. So yeah. So I'm going to go because I want to finish this off, chill out. I'm finishing a bag off for Roxanne for a gift for when I meet her for next week. Thank you, Miss Chime. Yeah, I like them. I'm into portobello mushrooms at the minute. I know people do mushroom stuff as well, but yeah, so yeah. So remember, keep vibing high. You choose to be on the frequency you choose to be on. It is like a radio station. So I'll leave it there. Where we go, one we go all. Feel the changes, feel the energies coming in. Like I said, my ears were ringing today after I watched what was the guy's channel? If you haven't come across him, which I have done before, I knew of him anyway, and I do think his channel's really good. And I've seen his journey in the progress. We're all on a process. We're all on a journey. Mine's actually been recorded on YouTube from a couple of years now. You know, we don't stay the same. We don't stay stagnant. What did I say he was called? He was called. I don't know. What did I say he was called? Everyday Masters. If you've not checked out Everyday Masters channel, please go and check him out. Please listen to how you might resonate, you might not, but he is really, really good. And he did do a video today that I was listening, not today, but when I look back about Q and that, and how it hasn't brought some people to, you know, like, what did you get out of it? I got a lot out of it. Some people might not, but it is how you look at stuff. So yeah, it's like keep dreaming, keep believing, and keep positive. No matter what's going on around us and outside of us, we are the eye of the storm. We're watching. We're just being aware, but we're watching. No, the storm will pass. Don't forget, Trump told us 3 years ago there's a storm coming, and the mainstream media were like, what? They're trying to catch them in their own bullshit. So don't worry too much. Just be aware. So I shall see you soon. Yeah, positivity all the way. It's hard, but it's not an easy path, but you choose to be on the frequency you choose to be on every day. You can bring yourself out of it every day. So yeah, how do I get off here? Where is it? Oh yeah, there. So if anyone was interested again, what I'm watching on Netflix, looking at the shite they put through there, is The Family. Can see what they're saying. So see you all soon. Bye. Hi and bye.